Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the past present performance series. Today, we will be hearing from JQ Hennessy about her writing process, and we'll be hearing a play by her. So I'm going to pass it to her, and I will leave.
Hey there. My name is Jacqueline Birgitte Hennessy, but people just call me JQ. I've been acting for a really, really long time, since probably like birth, pretty much. And I I probably in like seventh grade or so, I realized that I had a love for writing as well. And probably in like seventh grade or so, love for writing as well. And 2019, seventh grade or so, education for my short play that I wrote through the New Jersey Young Playwrights Festival, and I was over the moon to win that award. Winning a governor's award is really a special thing, because not only as any artist, but especially as a young artist, it's very warming to the heart to be recognized for this art that we create, and to be recognized and seen for something that we work so hard for it's really rewarding. And so winning that award last year really, really meant a lot to me, because I worked very hard on my play, as all of us do work hard on our art. And it was really nice to receive and be recognized for that. The arts in general, I would say, are more important now than ever, because the world is a whirlwind of qualms and confusion, and the arts are a way that we can hone ourselves in and express ourselves and have a sense of community and togetherness. The arts can tell the deepest, darkest secrets without saying hardly a single word. And I think that's really beautiful. And I think that's something that we all really, really need right now, in general, the whole world. So to have things like this are really, really special, to express what we're feeling, and keep sharing our art, even when we're not exactly able to be any closer than 6 feet apart. Arts education in general has always had a huge impact on my life. As I said, I have acted since I was younger than I can remember, and acting in general for me has always been a way that I can express myself, as all art forms do. And I feel like when I act, and when I'm encouraged and pushed to be my best self, I feel rewarded, not just professionally speaking, but to my soul. And to have arts education in schools and in after school programs and things like that is extremely, extremely important to me, because it's how I express myself. Like other kids, like they express themselves through sports, or the academic team, or doing sciences. I'm not a science person. I'm not a math person. And using words, whether it be through acting or through writing, to say how I'm feeling, or get something that I think is important across, or try and change the world. Like, arts education fosters that, and I think it's really, really important to continue that, and to keep teaching kids the value of expression and free expression. And when we have arts education, it's makes it easier, and we learn from mentors and teachers and our peers even. It just fosters a really nice environment that's so uplifting, and just it's a community of togetherness. And everyone says, like, a cliche, it's a big happy family, but it really is. I can remember when I went to the awards last year, it was absolutely amazing. I was sitting in this full, gorgeous theater, and every single name, every single time somebody would get up on that stage, it was just an eruption of applause and cheer and support, which I think arts education really fosters that. And I think it's important to have that in the world in general, you know, a kind and loving way of looking at things in general, not just like art and supporting what we do to each other, but you know, you take that with you and you go and you are able to better yourself in your workplace, whether that be you professionally pursuing an art career or you being a teacher or a construction worker. It fosters a sense of environment, and I think that that's really what art education is important in the world today. In general, I would say something that inspires me is definitely things like this at the time. Um, you know, as a young artist, you kind of get restless sitting in a room in your house for so long, and things like this that you can stream and you can watch and you can enjoy other people's arts and creations and just keep creating. It's really inspiring to me to see that there's nothing in the world that can stop art and creating and expression. It's not limited by 6 feet apart. We can find new ways, new innovative methods of sharing a play or sharing a song you've been working on. I think it's really inspiring to see things like this that still recognize that the arts now more than ever are really important for people's sanity, quite frankly. And I think that's really inspiring. Things like this, like I've done some cabarets just for fun, like with my friends, and I think, you know, expression in a time like this is just the most powerful thing, and I think that's really beautiful when platforms like this give us a chance to continue to express ourselves in our art. Um, as for the class of 2020, which I am a part of, I am homeschooled this year. I was homeschooling to take my time and go into the city and focus on myself, and further envelop my connections and my craft. And I am a member of class of 2020 regardless. And if I had to give one piece of advice to the class of 2020, I think it would be that art is where we're rooted. We learn so much from being a part of this community. And when, especially in a time like this, we learn to foster our art and foster a community, whether work together or not. And I think that even though you might not pursue a career in an art form or your craft, knowing that you always have a place to come home to, or a place to let out your thoughts after a rough day, whether you're going into a field, as I said, of art, or you're going to be a scientist or anything, you can always come home and sing a song, or you can write a poem, or how you're feeling, and keep creating and putting things out into the world. And there's always a community for you to come home to. Yeah, and I think that's really a really beautiful thing going forward. You know, it's a scary time, especially now, to go into the world with such uncertainty. But the one certainty you have is your heart, which, as we all do, we put into our art. And I think that's beautiful. And that's what I would share to the class of 2020. Yeah. As for my play that I wrote, this piece that I'm going to be performing for you soon in a little bit with my friend Sal. It's entitled The Drifters Gallery. I wrote it last year. It's a short piece, and it is a commentary on how art imitates life. Um, and it's. I was actually, when I wrote it, my plan was to write a comedy. I really love being funny. I love making people laugh, and I really wanted to, everybody else, when at the time when I was writing, because I wrote it for a class actually. Everybody was like, "Oh, I really want a serious drama piece," and I was like, "No, I want something lighthearted, something fun for like a showcase," And as I was writing, I couldn't find anything that was amusing to me, or a ploy that I could use to make the comedy hit harder. And I realized that it was because I was stressing myself out so hard to find something that was funny, that I was blocking my own creativity. And that made me think how art really truly imitates life. Um, and so I won't spoil the ending, but this piece is an ode to that. Um, we have two characters. The woman, she is late teens to early 20s, very beautiful but very sad. She longs for understanding, to find her purpose. She's utterly enamored by the sea. And our second character is Jamison. He's 23, a fiery, inquisitive young man who has strong passion for music and art, and has only the best intentions to help. And even though his push to do so might not end so well and end in ruin occasionally, he has the best of hearts. And so this piece takes place outside in nature, to give you a reference point, on a cliff overlooking some water. And without further ado, yeah, let's read a little bit of this. Bring Sal on here. Hi, Sal. This
Hello.
is so I will be reading Woman, as well as stage directions, and Sal will be performing the part of Jamison. So without further ado, this is the Drifters Gallery. Lights up on a woman, early 20s, dressed in early 20th century outfit. Looking out into the distance longingly, she is almost frozen in a pose. She's very beautiful, but behind her looks a vacant and sad gaze. Opposite of the stage, a man, Jamison, with an inquisitive and fiery soul, dressed in country-like late 18th century attire. He's frozen in a position, playing the fiddle. His face radiates with joy. Jamison starts to play a note gleefully when he turns and sees the woman standing there. He's startled.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even notice you were there. Have you been standing there for long?
Oh, not too long.
Sorry for all this racket. I'm just trying to finish up this piece I've been working on.
Oh, no, please. It's very nice. You're very talented.
Well, you would be the first. You see, I try to play my music wherever I can, so I could get the opinions, but most of the time all I get is, "You got no talent, fool," or "Go home, you drunken bum." Well, that's not to say I'm a drunken bum, miss. Don't get me wrong. I'm a respectable gentleman. The name's Jamison.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, please, madam. The pleasure's all mine. Such a lovely day, eh? Perfect kite flying weather, if you ask me.
I suppose.
I'm sorry, but are you all right?
Oh, yeah, yes, no. Why wouldn't I? No, I'm just I'm waiting for someone.
Oh, of course. I'm such a dope. Forgive me, if I may, ma'am. Your husband is very lucky to.
Oh, no, I'm not. I don't have a husband.
Well, that's a travesty, if I must say. If I were a smart fella in your hometown, I would have swept you off your feet myself.
That's very kind. Thank you.
You are very welcome, miss. All right, then. So, are you from around these parts?
Not really around here. Not too far, though.
Ah, you're a Cheshire gal, ain't you?
No,
No, let me guess. Bristol?
No, I don't live. I live north of here.
All right, mystery girl from the north. So what's your secret?
I beg your pardon?
You know, your secret. I don't mean any offense, miss, but you are just standing there looking out into the distance.
I'm sure I don't know what you're speaking of, and even if I did, I have a right as a proper lady to keep my own matters to myself.
Oh, come now. This whole mystery charade doesn't elude me for 1 second. I am a very dedicated man, and I intend to find out the easy way or the hard way. Who are you? Oh, don't give me that look. There's always something with you girls.
You girls?
So what is it? Your lover moved over to Newfoundland without you?
No.
No handsome fella tell you to wait for him only to never come back from the war?
No,
Trouble with your parents?
No, I don't even...
That's it. Let me guess. They didn't support your art career? No, dancing. And you want to move away from mommy and daddy and stuffy mansions and become a dancer for the world. Well, I say, if you may think...
No! Will you please just let me speak for a second instead of smothering my words with the obnoxious sound of your voice? Stop pretending that you can figure out my life because you can't. Please. I'm sorry.
No,
I shouldn't have. The water is so rough. I mean, just look at it. The way it crinkles, creating these white knives, just chopping through the sea. Like a sword, slashing through its targeted prey.
I'm sorry, I don't see what you're saying.
Oh, I'm sorry for my crazy thinking. I've been standing here for so long with only the ocean to look at. I wish I could go out there. Just brave the stormy seas. Oh, God. I want to be out there more than anything to see what that wild fish jungle looks like when there's blue and sunny skies. But it seems like this massive hurricane will just never end. And even if the heavens were to clear, I don't even know where those deep sapphire waters would take me. I don't have anywhere to go.
Well, if I were to sail, I don't think I'd even care where I'd go. I could be captured by pirates or dropped on an island with nothing but crabs, and I could still see the beauty of the adventure. That's what life is, a big adventure. Where the ending doesn't need to be seen along the way, because what's the use of a destination if you don't remember how you got there? In fact, maybe I'll sail away tonight. First, of course, I'll need a boat, but that's nothing I can't handle. Yeah, that's it. I'll sail the world, share my music, travel south to Greece and Spain. I'll play my music to anyone who wants to hear for free, of course, because what is art if not for the love of it?
How can you be so sure of something that you've never even thought of?
Well, what's the use in thinking? You have a heart, right? And I tend to put that into use before anything else. Besides, the open sea, what more did I need than myself, a couple of beers perhaps, and my music? Well, maybe all that I need is a first mate to share the journey with.
Oh, me? Oh, no.
Well, you just told me you want to go out to sea. What's holding you back? Why not?
I can't.
Well, why not? Come on.
Because...
Oh, come on now.
No, I can't.
If you would just listen and stop being so negative.
No, I said no! Stop telling me to listen to your ridiculously stupid ideas. I told you that I'm waiting for something, and you can't just try to sweep me away and some boat because you can poetically bend my words. You can't just change the hostile nature of the ocean because you feel like it. And if that's what you think, then you are a fool. And there is no cure for being an imaginative fool.
You mean someone?
What?
Someone. You said before you were waiting for someone, but now you just said you were waiting for something.
That's seriously what you got out of that? Yes, I guess I said the wrong word. I'm sorry.
No, you didn't. You meant to say something. What are you waiting for?
I'm not. I mixed up my words, that's all.
Okay, in that case, who are you waiting for?
That is none of your business.
But why are you afraid to tell me?
I'm not. I simply just...
What are you hiding?
I'm not hiding anything.
Why can't you tell me what you're waiting for? Who are you waiting for?
No one. I don't...
What are you waiting for?
I don't know! I don't know! I don't know. Okay. Are you happy? You found out my big secret. Congratulations. The truth is that I don't know. I don't know where I'm from. I don't know if I have a husband. I don't even know my own name. I'm just waiting for something, for anything. I'm lost. I'm so lost. And I've been standing here on this cliff, just looking out with a single clue of what's at the bottom. And yet I'm still standing here, staring dumbfoundedly, hoping that the answer will appear. I'm still here.
I don't even know what to say. I just... How? How could you have nothing? No love or art or music? I mean, my music, that's always been my identity. I just don't understand how you could have nothing.
I don't expect you to. I don't expect anyone to.
Well, I can help you find something. We can...
No, I don't think you can, Jamison. I don't think anyone can.
I'm sorry that I can't help you.
You've done more than most anyone tried to do before. My boy, the artist's soul.
And I hope you find your soul, my lady, waiting for her calling from the sea.
Jamison goes to start playing his violin in the position he started, and the woman returns to her melancholy gaze out into the distance. Just when the audience thinks the show is over, a tour guide, followed by a group of people, walk through the audience. These next two are my personal favorites. These paintings display the great contrast between the early and late careers of Iwan Morse, the late Welsh painter. This first piece, entitled Jamison, Boy with an Artist's Soul, depicts a fiery, young, inquisitive man who feels his life just as he feels his music with his heart. Morse was known for these joyful pieces all throughout his life, and worked with such detail that each of his pieces had a cohesive story behind it. And he stayed committed up to that until the last few years of his life, sadly when he took a turn for the worst. This here is the last known painting before Morse sadly took his own life. The painting, depicting a woman overlooking a stormy ocean, was never finished, and sadly this woman is the lone painting without a story and without a name. Most simply referred to her as the lady waiting for her calling from the sea. Though unfortunately, she'll never find it. Thank you. So that's my play.
I felt that one. That one.
Thank you. So that's my play.
Felt that one. That one.
So, thank you everyone for coming to the Past and Present Performance series of this week. Be sure to tune in next week for the 2020 40th Anniversary Awards Ceremony. And then that's it. So, thank you very much for sharing your art with us, both of you as far as acting and writing. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I hope everyone stays safe and stays healthy and stays happy. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.